Hello and welcome to another episode of Lansing Update. My name is Steve Bieda. I'm State Senator for the 9th District, which encompasses the cities of Warren, St. Clair Shores, East Point, Fraser, Centerline, and a little part of Grosse Pointe Shores. Today I have a very special guest. Name's Maggie Varney, and she is the CEO and founder of Wigs for Kids. Founded in 2003. She's also the owner of Go Green Salon in St. Clair Shores. Maggie, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator, for having me in today.
You have a very impressive background. You Governor's Service Award, Detroit News Michiganian of the Year, Macomb County Hall of Fame, Outstanding Volunteer of the Year, and it's just a few of the many activities and awards that you've received. The thing that I thought was pretty interesting, having met the former mayor of St. Clair Shores, a friend, Robert, was telling me about one of his favorite charities. It's Wigs for Kids. And before we ask you a little bit about Wigs for Kids, tell us maybe how you got involved with it.
Well, I have had the honor and privilege of serving adult patients in our community. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and I own a full-service salon, and I volunteer for a program called Look Good, Feel Better through the American Cancer Society. And I go out to local cancer centers and hospitals, and I work with adult patients. And I had a 16-year-old child who came to my class, and I thought she was there to support her mother, but her mother was there with her. And at the end of the class, I always ask, are there any questions? And she took her wig out that somebody had given her and said, yeah, what do you do when you're a kid and you need a wig? And she throws this wig on the table. Of course, you know, sometimes they're angry. They don't want to be sick. And I thought to myself, well, don't you go to a wig salon? I mean, that's where I usually send my adult patients that I had worked with. She said, no, they don't have wigs for kids. And I went, really? So I said to my husband, I said, you know, I'm certified and accredited to work with adult patients, and I own a salon, so maybe we could help a few kids. But I had no idea that there were so many right here in Michigan. And that's really how the program got started.
So for anybody that has had a family member or a friend that's gone through chemotherapy, oftentimes the hair loss is an unavoidable side effect of that.
Sure.
And so that person is not only dealing with the health impact and the emotional, all the fear and all the things that a person goes through when they're sick, but they're also dealing with image issues. You know, they're looking at themselves in the mirror, and maybe they can't work out as much. Maybe they're not able to, they just don't look the way they normally look. And it's their self-esteem, and having a healthy self-esteem and feeling good about yourself at a time where all these other challenges are hitting you is going to be really challenging. And I could only imagine with a small child just how much more that is to deal with.
Absolutely, and it is about self-esteem. When I first started this program, that was my focus, helping the self-esteem of children. And because I know the impact for doing it for adults for 15 years, at that time was 15 years, I knew the impact it had on adults. So I knew that it would make a difference for a child. And, you know, every one of us has been a kid at some point in our life, and we know how it feels to be made fun of. And these kids just want to be a normal kid. They want to be able to go out into society without being stared at and fit in. They want a sense of belonging and fitting in and being in some sense of normalcy. And you're right when you said that the families are just inundated with, you know, they're going through so much medically. And then to look in the mirror and not even recognize the person you see. And, you know, that is the first visual sign to the outside world of what's going on, too.
Yeah, and it's just a very, very good thing that you're doing. And I've been pleased to have some involvement with some fundraisers in the past on this. I think it just, again, you're dealing with a whole bunch of different human emotions and challenges that somebody's going through at a very difficult time. And it was kind of unique, too. I don't know of any other programs similar to this across the state or the country, and it's located right here in the 9th District, which is really kind of cool because you're helping a lot of families, a lot of children, a lot of people. Now your salon has an environmentally friendly aspect to it, too. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that.
Yes, thank you. You know, we have Go Green Salon inside of Wigs for Kids. Because there is no funding for a program like this, I had to figure out a way that we could sustain ourselves. So we are truly blessed that we received about 4,000 hair donations so far this year, and it takes 10 to 12 ponytails to make one wig. But it also cost us $800 per wig to make them. So I figured if we put a salon in the middle and the people came there and donated their hair, half of it goes to pay the stylist and the other half goes to the making of the wig, because we have to have funds to have it made into a wig. So that was the main purpose for putting the salon in the middle, and also for them to have the whole experience of the place. Because when I started the program, it was all about putting the wigs on their heads. And then I soon realized that it was about 2 years into it that these children needed so much more, that they needed support with the psychological, social, and emotional aspects of it. And I thought to myself, you know, have you ever heard of Gilda's? It's a great support group for adults. And they can go there and they can help to heal, because there's so much that's going on, as you said. And there's nothing like that for children. And when you mentioned earlier that we're so fortunate that we have it not only in St. Clair Shores, but right here in Michigan, I get calls, Senator, from around the world, from Iraq, Romania, Germany, Italy, France, Belgium, India. I mean, I do every single day, and emails all the time. Where can I take my child? Where can my child go and get the services that you offer? There are none.
How many children do you help a year, do you think?
You know, it depends on how many children we get. Let me explain one thing. When you're an adult, from the time you're diagnosed and your hair falls out, you're looking at a year. When you're a child, you're looking at 3 to 5 years. And the recurrence rate is about 80%. So unfortunately, we see the children again and again and again. So this year, we have about 250 kids currently in our program, but some of them are from last year, and some of them are new from this year. And so that's how it, and some of them will repeat and come back. So at one given time, you know, we can have anywhere from 50 to 400 children in our program. We have serviced well over 1,000 children in the state of Michigan.
And this is provided at no charge.
Oh no, no charge.
No charge to the children. There's the wigs, the fittings, the cleaning and maintenance, and that's a lot of work. You know, and I know you expanded the program about 2.5, 3 years ago. So you've grown. You now include a wellness center.
When I started it, we were on the side of a building, 600 square feet. We didn't even have a sign, you know. I just knew that the need was there, and I thought, you know, let's, you know, and it just took off because the need is so great. Right here in Michigan, we have 500 newly diagnosed cases of kids with cancer every year. So think about that. And that's just with cancer. We also support children, like we're registered with the Phoenix Burn Society and also U of M Hospital. So we also service children who've been severely burned, children with hydrocephalus, blood disorders, alopecia, trichotillomania. I myself didn't know that there were so many reasons that children lose their hair. So, and we're proud to say that we service all of the children of Michigan. There are 8 hospitals in Michigan that address pediatric oncology, and we service all 8 of them.